Hey, what's up?
What's up, Kevin?
Hi, huge fan.
Thank you.
Yeah, real honor to meet you all. Real honor to talk to you. I'm very excited. Kind of get into this for Jay, Kevin, and Steve. Like, how did the story of Quasi come about? It's kind of very different from kind of from beer, from policeman. How did you get this kind of medieval story?
Well, it's based on a character. Lemmy used to do a character back in the day. We wrote the script like 20, 30 years ago. I can't remember. And he did this character, a guy he worked with at a record store who was a kind of a lonely guy that talked out the side of his mouth. And we thought it was this hysterical thing. We'd riff on it. And we started turning it into this character, this hunchback, lovable loser kind of character, and just built the script out of that. And over the years, we just kind of revisited it and we rewrite it and add jokes. And, we got to the point where we made Super Troopers 2, and we got an opportunity to make another movie, and we presented this one. And then
a couple of us were history majors, and so kind of familiar with this king versus pope sort of, perpetual conflict. And I've read these books by Alexander Dumas, like the Count of Monte Cristo, which is sort of historical fiction. And because we always sort of wanted to do what Python did, we naturally wrote a 12th century. It's 12th century, right?
It's 13th century.
13th century European story with a hunchback.
Awesome. And Kevin, you had the most experience playing two characters in Landfill and as Landfill.
Right.
That's true. You've done it before.
How did that influence or not influence your directing?
I don't know. It was kind of weird because in that movie, we never had scenes where I played against myself. So that was the hard part, where you'd be shooting and you'd find yourself acting against yourself and then directing both of you. So that kind of turned your head around a little bit. But that was part of the fun part of why this movie's different. These are things that we haven't really done before. So
you did get to direct Soder acting against himself.
Yeah, and Slam and Salmon. Soder played twins against himself. Yeah.
I liked the fact that Kevin, as the director, was two different characters, because when he would come in as Henri Francois, he was very stern, and you would just say, yes, boss, and do whatever he wanted.
Imposing.
But then when he came as Duchamp, all covered in shit, and would tell you to do things, you'd be like, yeah, whatever, bro. I'll catch you at craft service.
So the look really kind of affected how
yeah.
you had to take the direction and everything.
Well, at one point, there's a scene where he's gotten drunk on red wine. And so he's covered in mud, and his teeth are all purple, and he's just disgusting. And in fact, you'd actually just walk away from him because he was so hideous. So yes, absolutely.
It's been a strategy of ours for years and years since Club Dread, where it is really fun to have the character that the director plays undermine the authority of them as a director. So you go back to your Putman character in Club Dread looked like a fucking idiot, and it made it so much more fun to have you directing us when you looked so ridiculous.
Because when Jay was directing Super Troopers, he was very serious. He's trying to figure out the scene and everything, and we're like, come on, it's a comedy. You gotta lighten up a little bit. But it was good for Thorny. It's good for Thorny. He's a man of authority. Billy D. Williams. Lando Calrissian.
What's your favorite part about kind of playing these, pinnacle figures of like society, but also knowing how much to take with that?
That's something about doing a costume piece too, and having like proper cartoonish villains in this script it's just there's not a thing that we've ever gotten to do, and whether it's Henri Francois or the king or the Pope, and you put these outfits on, and and in the case of the Pope, it took a team of people to dress me, and it's just so easy to then slide into these characters, and it just was a completely new thing for us, and something that we love now, and I don't know that we'll ever be able to give that up.
Now that you guys are kind of accustomed to playing, against yourselves in the scene, if you could cross over any of your films to make which one?
Crossover universe, we could do that as a greatest hits.
Can you cross over Quasi and Super Troopers? I don't know.
Does anything match with Quasi?
Yeah.
People have pitched us that we should do a Beer Fest Super Troopers crossover. So I guess would dig that, and that would make sense.
Yeah.
We'd arrest
I mean, a scene between Mac and
Finkelstein.
Finkelstein,
sure.
well, that would be a fucking blast.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I would enjoy that. That would be a tough one to pull off because, you know, for Finkelstein, I had to shave the first 3 inches of my hairline and then perm the rest of my hair. So I guess we'd save that for last.
Yeah, you do that last, right? Get a stand-in.
Yeah, and then yeah, I think that would work. I'm for this.
Hope to see that. Jay, what's your favorite part about not being a director?
That's a good question.
Well, I don't have to carry the clipboard around. I don't have to do the shot list. You know, I can watch scenes and just kind of, here's my opinion about this joke or whatever, and he does it or he doesn't. Doesn't, you know, it's like he's a very capable director. So that's the other thing, is I could relax. You know, I knew exactly how he would direct, and you know, he's done it before, and he's done it a lot on his show. So I was very comfortable that anything I said, he'd only use the good stuff. So I really, really enjoy. I mean, I always say that being an actor and a director ruins 2 perfectly good jobs, and I really love just acting. I really love it.
All right, so my time's just about up. Quasi comes out 4/20. Speaking of 4/20, when can we expect Smokefest?
Well, we're talking to Warner Brothers about trying to let us make that movie. So it's in the legal process. We'll see. We'll see.
Red tape.
A little bit of red
sort
tape.
of out of our hands.
A lot of red tape in the jungle. That's from the Inmost.
Thank you, everyone. Can't wait for everyone to see Quasi. And thanks again. Pleasure meeting all of you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Ken.
Thank you.